No, I was watching there's a couple of channels I'm addicted to on television. I admit I'm going blind from the internet and television. It's sad. I'm addicted. I can't stop it, but that's the way it is. It's horrible. Everything's blurry. And then I watch military history almost incessantly, and I watch History Channel almost incessantly. And last night on HDTV, I was bored. I watched a thing on the occult in the Third Reich under Hitler that, it's alleged that Hitler was a Christian and his henchmen were Christians, but you well know and I well know that they weren't. They had been born, of course, in Catholic nations or such, but they were all devout occultists, and they practiced the occult behind the scenes. Most Germans did not know that they were led by an occult maniac, Adolf Hitler, and was surrounded by Satanists. And to this day, they don't understand that they were surrounded by Satanists, nor do the American people themselves understand what was going on historically, because they don't teach any of this. They don't understand that most of the atrocities, not all of them, were carried out by the SS, who answered only to Hitler, separate from the Wehrmacht, which does not mean there were not atrocities conducted by the Wehrmacht, the German army, but it's important for you to understand this, to understand what was going on. These children were brainwashed in a Hitler youth from childhood on. Think about it. If a boy was born in 1920, he then fought in 1938, 1939, 1940. The state had him for virtually his entire developmental life. They brainwashed the child, first in the Hitler Youth, then in another program for the teenagers, then finally into the military itself. When I heard that Obama wanted to create a military unit or a special unit of children, a national service children, that will answer only to the White House, every nerve in my body went into overdrive. Do you remember that statement? Listen to it now if you don't. It's very important for you to hear this. Listen to this, because this could be coming to a neighborhood near you. This was during the campaign. Go ahead.
We cannot continue to rely only on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set. We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well funded.
A civilian national security force that's just as strong, just as well funded as the U.S. military. That sounds like a little gentleman from Austria who wanted his own civilian security force, and he created it. It was called the Brown Shirts. And he funded it. And they fought for him, and they protected him. And they protected him not only from the political opponents, but from the military itself. Anyway, during the campaign, Obama gave himself away in many different ways. Reverend Wright was perhaps the most telling giveaway of who Obama is inside the head, between the ears, where it counts. You say it doesn't matter that a man sat in a church for 20 years and listened to vile anti-Americanism with a special twist of anti-whiteism. You say it doesn't matter. I say it does matter. I say he could have left at any time, and he didn't. And I warned you what was coming.
How do you feel about that? I'm proud of it, right? I got five biological kids, and they all make mistakes and bad choices. I don't stop loving none of them. He made bad mistakes. He made bad choices. I got kids who listen to their friends. He listening to those around him. He made a mistake. I did not disown him.
Right. Have you spoken with him since he's been in the White House?
You ain't gonna let him talk to me.
Right.
I told my baby daughter, I said, he'll talk to me 5 years from now when he's lamed up, or 8 years when he's out of office.
Well,
he can't talk.
If you had anything to say to him, what would you say to him?
Same thing I've said to him all along. Don't let being in politics change who you are as a person. And you're letting these policies and the people around you change what you believe is the core and fiber of your being. Once you start compromising your beliefs, you become a puppet of a political machine. You're no longer yourself. And don't let that happen to you. I would say that to him. I said that to him when he went to the Senate. I said, he's a politician, I'm a pastor. He got to do what politicians do. And the Jewish vote, the AIPAC vote, that's controlling him, that will not let him send a representation to the Darfur Review Conference, that's talking this craziness in Israel because they're Zionists. They will not let him talk to somebody who calls the spade what it is. Ethnic cleansing that's going on in Gaza, the ethnic cleansing of the Zionists, is a sin and a crime against humanity.
Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying